When you're seeing this baseball bat, there's only one thing that you can think about, of course. The Ka-Bar USMC. This is also a good test for the handle. Whoa! I bent it! Whoa! Why is this knife returning to the channel every time? Every year you're gonna see this knife again. Why? Because it was our childhood dream and it was shattered by that baseball bat.
Dit is commando maken. We gaan straks de vulnis in. Met een mes heb gemaakt. Ik zal die mes laten zien waarmee ik deze clip heb gemaakt.
Ka-Bar USMC was the knife that made us want knives. This was our kind of Rambo knife. The knife that for us was like the ultimate military knife. But it failed. We broke Mikkie's old school Ka-Bar USMC. It bent. We broke a normal Ka-Bar USMC and then we broke one in Magna-cut. Not only that, it could not scrape a fire steel. We bent the handle guard. It was just not a good knife. But today all of that is about to change. Meet the full TANG Ka-Bar USMC. This one has a different guard. It is full TANG and it actually feels like it might be able to scrape a fire steel. So is this the salvation of the Ka-Bar USMC? Find out in today's episode. Alright Mike, this part of the video is sponsored by Half-Breed Blades from Australia. That was my best Australian accent. Meet the new generation LBK and Bloody CPM 3V and Bowler K340. Indestructible knives from Australia. Free shipping worldwide for orders over 550 Aussie dollars. Link in the description. Dingo's Danga.
Sharpness scale, the lower the better.
Yeah, the last Ka-Bar USMC scored somewhere in the 200 range. That is not good.
Oh my god! 85, that is extremely good!
That is already a salvation point for this Ka-Bar USMC because the last one scored in the 200s. By the way, we're not out to break this knife in this video, but we're gonna test it hard because it's gotta survive, or we're gonna try to make it survive what the last USMC didn't. Easy, medium, hard, very hard. Boom! That's good, that's good. So why a military knife should be able to do this? From what I've heard, they kind of mistreat their knives, opening rations.
I think like why you need a knife to be able to make a fire is that you should be prepared to be in a survival situation.
Exactly, Mikkie.
Because the chances are higher of you being in that situation as a soldier than as a peasant.
100%. And you should be able to rely your life on it. So it's got to be a little bit sturdy.
You know what? Was that hard level?
That was, I thought let's not take it too hard, but it's doing it very easily. I'm just gonna grab out a harder piece. Whoa!
Oh my god.
It's just doing it. Is this how I imagined the Ka-Bar USMC to be as a kid? Is this knife fulfilling that dream, Mikkie? Maybe.
Oh my god.
It's actually a good bataller. It's actually a good bataller. It has the length.
It has the girth.
It has the girth. It's just doing it. And you know what? The handle, even though this is a prototype handle, we gotta mention that because the original is gonna probably have kind of a rubberized handle. But it feels good. It feels good. I'm happy. Is this not what I wanted the USMC to be? So a test of geometry. A test that shows you if the edge is sharp, because you cannot make good feather sticks with a dull edge. That shows you if it is a capable cutter. And again, this is a V-edge. It's not gonna be the best. This is definitely sufficient, Mikkie.
So
Mikkie?
What would you rate this?
It's gonna sound low, but it is good. It's like a 6.5.
I mean, this Ka-Bar is not designed to do this.
No, this is a military first knife. It's not a bushcrafting knife, and it's really doing a good job on those feather sticks. It's also because it's just a very sharp edge, and the angle is not like too big, which you often see on these knives. They try to over strengthen that V edge. But this one is actually, it's a good geometry.
Oh, that looks really good actually.
Mikkie, is this knife actually made for us now? Did they make this knife for us? Like, did they watch the video and said, you know what? We're gonna fix all the shit, all the shit that they had negatives about. We're gonna fix those. The guard is better. It scrapes the fire steel. It is a full tang. It came sharp. They fixed everything. I mean, the fire scraper is not a 10 out of 10. It's not an 8 out of 10. It's like a 6 out of 10. But it's enough because I'm gonna prove it by lighting this fire. There you go.
So it's now able to do it, Martin. After all these years, it became a survival knife.
Look, this knife has not been released yet. We don't know the price. It is the 1095 Grove hand that we love. Well, we're not gonna know what the price is yet, but if they price this not too high above the normal model, this is gonna be a banger.
So, one of the things we used to do when we were about 14 or 15 is we thought with these fake Ka-Bars that we then had instead of the real one, we thought with one chop it could just completely cut off a whole branch this thick. Now I want to see how easily it can actually cut a branch this thick. For the people who say, yeah, you're cutting a live tree, this is an invasive species, so we are trying to get rid of these species.
Yeah, we're gonna cut an American oak with an American knife.
Yeah, and you know what they also improved? Look at this little lip here. That's what I'm calling a lip.
Yeah.
The guard is actually keeping your hand from slipping off. So you can put quite a lot of force into that hit. But what I want to do next is I want to chop one of these thick bad boys, because this is basically a new tree that's growing out of the old one that we paid a lot of money for, Martin paid a lot of money for, to get rid of. Finally, Ka-Bar's back, being the knife we ever thought it was. I mean, look at this big branch. I mean, you could call it a small tree. It can chop off branches like this. Look at this branch. Look at that branch. Yeah. Oh. It is suddenly a knife that is capable of chopping. There was no Ka-Bar that was capable of chopping. There's an
yeah, the Becker series. The Becker series.
In my ass, man. Of a good chop, and all of a sudden, it can chop. It feels sturdy, and I feel like we're almost headed towards the final test, the final moment of this Ka-Bar, where it's gonna meet his biggest enemy, the bat.
Oh my God.
And I think the knife is gonna break, but I don't care if it will break. Let me tell you that.
No, we learned, in the meantime in the channel, we learned a knife doesn't have to survive the test to be good.
Let's see how fast it can chop this tree.
One more thing that they seem to have improved is the hammer part. So let's see how sturdy that is. Yeah, it's sturdy. I'm not gonna put it in all the way, otherwise I cannot get it out. But
it actually seems like it can do it really well.
I mean, I think the most normal use case for something like this is to break a window. But I gotta say, I have never had a knife that put a nail in the wood so easily as the back of this. So this is the best.
Use it as a baton.
That was an abusive test. But now, talking about abusive, I want to talk about my daddy. It's time to, oh, I hope it survives. I hope it survives.
Is this knife bad if it bends or if it breaks with this test now? After all this.
This test helped us show the absolute weak spot of the Ka-Bar USMC, and it was where the blade met the tang. But this is a very stressful test. The amount of joules that you pass on through the knife is incredible. It's maybe more than a gunshot. So, are you ready?
Almost. Are you ready, Martin?
Let's do it.
Okay, wait.
Mikkie, it bloody survived.
No.
Ka-Bar fixed the USMC. They fixed it. Mikkie, is it a fluke? Am I gonna hit it again? One more time?
You know what? I mean, it's a winner that it survived one time, and 2 times is bonus.
Let's do it.
Oh my God. What the hell? It has not bent a single bit. It is completely perfect.
Man, finally a straight knife. Everything is bent nowadays.
Oh yeah, that looks perfect. Martin, I cannot believe this. Let's go to the conclusion. Hello. So you all, hey. So you people are saying that I've got a Dutch accent, are ya? Well, I'm not taking it anymore because we got a fucking big giveaway, yeah.
It's a brand new giveaway. We are giving away a Falcon Even F1 Pro thanks to DBK, a Falcon Even A1 Pro thanks to DBK, a Benchmade Freak and a Mini Freak thanks to Benchmade, a Half-Breed Blades LIK Generation 2 thanks to Half-Breed Blades, 2 times a Midgard's cooking folder thanks to Tools for Gents, 2 times a BPS 2.0 thanks to BPS and DBK, 2 times a Whip Armor Ripper thanks to Whip Armor, and a Wooben E7 and G5 flashlight thanks to Wooben. That's a darn big giveaway.
And the only thing you need to do is click the link in the description and join our Patreon and join the Royal Knife Club for the $10 tier, and you automatically participate in our giveaway.
After all these years, after all these broken dreams, the broken Ka-Bar USMCs,
yeah.
And now we finally have the golden ticket.
If you look at the old Ka-Bar, the classic Ka-Bar USMC, they were designed to provide that whole army with a knife, so the knife had to be cheap as well.
Yeah.
Finally, we have like a good,
the holy
sturdy,
grail of the Ka-Bar USMC.
This is what the Ka-Bar should have been.
This is a prototype, so the handle is going to be a little bit different. I gotta say, I thought the prototype would be slippery. It wasn't, because the knife felt very safe because of the hand guards. So the final version is going to be even better. Something that we did not speak about during the video is the sheath. It has like a thumb unlock. It feels very secure and very clicky. Look, hear this. Hear that?
It has a few negatives though. Is it the best at feather sticking? No, not really. But it doesn't matter. Is it the best batoner? No, it's a pretty good batoner, but it's not the best. But it doesn't matter because it can do it. It's the best chopper. No, it has a few hot spots in the hand, but it doesn't matter because it can do it. And I think that is so cool about this knife. It is a military knife that can still perform those basic survival tasks.
I would rate this as one of the best of these military knives that we have tested. If this knife would be issued to the military, I would say they have the best, one of the best military knives out there.
Is it the ultimate survival knife? No. Is it an all-in-one, jack of all trades, master at none, but always better than a master at one kind of knife? That is very hot.
I want to thank Ka-Bar, and I want to also thank Knives and Tools for helping us get this prototype. And the trust that they gave us to be like one of the first to actually test this prototype.
Even though we broke all the other Ka-Bars.
That shows bloody character. That we break a lot of your knives and that you still send us the new version. I love that. With all the improvements that we could have asked for.
It was kind of an old school DBK video, wasn't it?
It was, Mikkie.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you every Thursday 1 PM PDT, and then we will be here making another stupid video. It's Martin!
Hey!